What's up, everybody? Man, it's your boy, Mr. Duga, coming at y'all with another video, man. And today I'm going to preview and predict the 2019-2020 season for the ACC Football Conference, better yet known as the Clemson Invitational. But all jokes aside, man. First looking back to last season, man, in the ACC Coastal, you had the Pittsburgh Panthers winning the ACC Coastal with a 7-7 overall record, 6-2 ACC record. You had the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets finishing 7-6 overall with a 5-3 ACC record. You had the Virginia Cavaliers finishing 4-4 in the ACC, 8-5 overall. You had the Virginia Tech Hokies finishing 4-4 in the ACC, 6-7 overall. You had the Miami Hurricanes finishing 4-4 in the ACC, 7-6 overall. The Duke Blue Devils finishing 3-5 in the ACC, 8-5 overall. The North Carolina Tar Heels finishing 1-7 in the ACC, 2-9 overall, yo. Yeah, then you had the ACC Atlantic last year. You had, of course, the Clemson Tigers who went on and won the national championship, going 15-0 overall and 8-0 in the ACC. You had the Syracuse Orangemen going 6-2 in the ACC, 10-3 overall. The North Carolina State Wolfpack going 5-3 in the ACC, 9-4 overall. The Boston College going 4-4 in the ACC, 7-5 overall. The Boston College Eagles. The Florida State Seminoles going 3-5 in the ACC, 5-7 overall. On the Wake Forest Deacons going 3-5 in the ACC, 7-6 overall. And you had the Louisville Cardinal going 0-8 in the ACC, 2-10 overall, yo. Um, Now looking into this season, man, of course, the headline of this conference, the big dog of this conference is Dabo Swinney and those Clemson Tigers, yo. Last year coming out, man, just great season, beating Pittsburgh in the ACC championship game, fairly easy, destroying Notre Dame in the college football semifinal, and then going on and surprisingly destroying Alabama in the national championship game, yo. And this year they coming in preseason number one, and this team is loaded. You got, of course, Trevor Lawrence, aka Sunshine. You got Travis Etienne. Shout out to him. He's a Jennings, Louisiana native. You got Justin Ross at receiver. You got T. Higgins at receiver. You got Simmons. You just got a stacked team, man. This team is just absolutely stacked, man. After winning a national championship last year, they're in prime position to compete for another one this season. And shout out to Dabo Swinney, man. Dabo Swinney has turned Clemson into a dominant program, man. A program that's up there with Alabama, 2-2 versus them, the last four meetings that they have met up. And obviously they got a rich tradition, especially with wide receivers like the DeAndre Hopkins, Sammy Watkins, Martavis Bryant, and all those guys. And the guys they got now, Mike Williams also another one. The guys they got now, they look like they could go on and have decent, nice careers in the NFL as well. I mean, this team is just absolutely loaded. This team is coached well. I mean, they preseason number one for a reason, yo. Then taking a look at the Syracuse Orangemen, who had a really good season last year, man. 10-3 overall, yo. And watch out for them when Clemson go over there, man. That could be a sneaky game, yo. Remember 2 years ago, Syracuse actually had knocked Clemson off, during the regular season. Kelly Bryant did get injured in that game. But that's the one game that's not an easy game for Clemson on that schedule, man. As they have the best kicker in the country in Andre Schmitz. I know I'm probably saying his name wrong. And they also have another big time safety in Andre Cisco. Man, like Syracuse is a very good team. If there's one team in the ACC that I really think can compete a little bit with Clemson this season, I think is the Syracuse Orangemen, yo. Then you also have the Virginia Cavaliers, man, who coming in with All American potential first round draft pick cornerback Bryce Hall. And they also have their quarterback Bryce Perkins, yo. Big game, big season for Virginia, man. They've been kind of quiet, man. 4-4 in the ACC last year. A long way away from guys like Chris Long coming out of that program. But it's a chance for them this year to probably make a little noise. Next you have the Florida State Seminoles, man, and Willie Taggart, yo, who last year must say was just an absolute disappointing season for Florida State Seminoles standards, yo. Willie Taggart's crazy, but it's been one season. But Willie Taggart is already kind of on the semi-hot seat over there in Tallahassee, yo. As he bring back, the big defensive tackle Marvin Wilson out of Texas, and then a wide receiver Terry, and also they running back Cam Akers, yo. It's a big year for Willie Taggart, man. That first year did not go well at all, but you could kind of give him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt because obviously a lot of those guys were still Jimbo Fisher players. So it's a big year for them, man. To at least head in a positive direction, yo. Then you have the Miami Hurricanes, yo, who coming back with their big time linebacker Shaquille Quarterman and they big tight end Brevin Jordan, yo. Um, very, very, very disappointing season for them last year. After a couple of years ago, they had the whole hype with the turnover chain and everything. Came in to open the season last year, yep, against these guys right here, and they got beat down pretty bad by LSU over there in Arlington, yo. And the season kind of just went off the rails after that. Malik Rose ended up losing his job. Mark Rick decided he wanted to retire. So, in comes Manny Diaz, the D coordinator, who took the job, I think, at Temple. Then when Miami job opened up, came back to take the Miami job, yo. Big game with them. They actually start their season this Saturday taking on the Florida Gators. That's a very interesting game and a statement type game for them, yo. But Miami has some talent over there, so we don't really know much about Manny Diaz's ability to be a head coach. So we gonna find that out pretty shortly starting Saturday, yo. So a big season for them. You look at the Boston College Eagles, man. They coming back with big time running back AJ Dillon and the offensive lineman Petrula. Boston College, another team, man, that has a chance to do some things this year with this running game. Um, Another team, man, ain't really had a whole lot of success recently, man. I remember back in the day, they was like the number 2 team in the country for a while when Matt Ryan was over there. So they're a program looking to get back into big things. Then you had the Louisville Cardinal, man, who's led by their offensive lineman Mekhi Becton, yo. Terrible season last year. Started off playing Alabama, man, in Orlando, and it just was a complete, utter mismatch. Left, right, up, down, north, south, east, west, no matter how you name it. And that season just went off the rails. As it's a long way away from having Heisman Trophy winning quarterback Lamar Jackson, yo. I must say, man, I'm not a big Bobby Petrino fan. It's just a few things that he's done that kind of rubbed me the wrong way with him throughout the years. Leaving the Atlanta Falcons in the middle of the night, the incident with the little cheer, with the girl on the motorcycle and all that stuff, bruh. But you know, we gonna see, cause like I said, Lamar Jackson ain't over there no more. So we gonna see how he try to shake back. Then you have the North Carolina Tar Heels, man, led by defensive tackle Jason Strawbridge, yo. Not a very good season for them at all last season, yo. So they're a long way away from the Mitchell Trubisky's and Mac Hollins of the world, yo. So we gonna see if they could get things going. Ain't much to say really about them. The Wake Forest Demon Deacons, who are led by cornerback Asang Basie. You know, another team that didn't do much last year in the ACC, man. So let's see if they could get things turned around this season. Ain't much really to say about them neither. Also, then you have the North Carolina State Wolfpack, led by safety Jarius Moorhead, yo. Um, had a decent season last year, 9 wins, man. You know that's a good season for them. Um, so see if they could just build off of that momentum. Obviously, it's tough. They're in the same division with Clemson and Syracuse, so we'll see what they could do going into this season. The Pittsburgh Panthers, led by the all everything kick returner Morris French, yo. Good season last year, man. Winning the ACC Coastal, getting to the ACC championship game. Of course, they got knocked off pretty handily by Clemson, but nevertheless, great season last year, man. As a lot of people did not expect them to be the team to come out of the Coastal Division. So let's see if they could build off of that momentum from last season going into this season, yo. Then you got the Duke Blue Devils, who are led by cornerback Mark Gilbert. Um they lost their all everything quarterback, the big Daniel Jones. So, but nah, in all seriousness, Daniel Jones a big loss for them, man. So let's see if they could get a new quarterback to come in and lead the troops, yo. David Cutcliffe got this team kind of somewhere. It looks like they want to take a nice little step forward, and then they kind of tone it down a little bit, yo. Big opening season game, playing Alabama, of course, in Atlanta, which honestly I don't expect that to go well for Duke, but we'll see. The Virginia Tech Hokies, led by linebacker Rashard Ashbury. Another team, man. Had a lot of lot of expectations coming in the last season. Didn't really live up to them at all, especially after opening night Labor Day win, going down to Tallahassee and knocking off the Florida State Seminoles, which at the time looked like a very, very big time win on the road. But as the season played out, Florida State wasn't a very good team at all last season. So they looking to right the ship going into this season. And then last but not least, you have the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, led by cornerback Trey Swilling. It's gonna be very interesting to watch them this season, man, as they actually open the season at Clemson on the new ACC network. Shout out to the ACC for getting their own network, also, yo. But they got a new coach, man, and they're not gonna run this triple option slash wing T like they've did for the last I don't know how many years. Even when they had guys like Demarius Thomas and Megatron Calvin Johnson. So they basically going to more of a traditional offense, So it's gonna be kind of interesting to see them. As it's gonna be weird not seeing Georgia Tech out there just running the ball all game long, yo. And now for my predictions for this season, man. In the Coastal, I know Pittsburgh won it last season. This year, man, I'm gonna go with a different team, man, to come out of the Coastal this year. I like the Virginia Cavaliers to win the ACC Coastal this year, yo. With the two Bryces, man, with Bryce Perkins and Bryce Hall, yo, leading the way. I like the Virginia Cavaliers to win the ACC Coastal, yo. I actually got the Miami Hurricanes finishing second. I think he's gonna have a solid season, not a great season, but I think he's gonna have a solid season in his first season with the Hurricanes, because Miami does have some talent down there, yo. But I think they fall a little short of Virginia to win the Coastal, but I like the Miami Hurricanes to finish second. Last year's winner, I got the Pittsburgh Panthers finishing third in the Coastal, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets finishing fourth, the Virginia Tech Hokies finishing fifth, the Duke Blue Devils finishing sixth, and the North Carolina Tar Heels finishing last. In the ACC Atlantic, I mean, do I really have to explain it? I have Clemson winning the ACC Atlantic, as they just by far away the most talented team in this whole conference. I got the Syracuse Orangemen finishing second again. That's Clemson and Syracuse. That's a sneaky dangerous game for Clemson, yo. But I got Clemson winning the ACC Atlantic. I got the Syracuse Orangemen finishing second. I got the Boston College Eagles finishing third in the ACC Atlantic. The Florida State Seminoles finishing fourth, as I just don't think Willie got gonna get them right to where they need to be just yet, at least. The North Carolina State Wolfpack finishing fifth. The Wake Forest Deacons finishing fifth, and the Louisville Cardinals finishing last again. So it means my ACC championship game this year will be the Clemson Tigers versus the Virginia Cavaliers, and I'm going with Clemson. I mean, I expect Clemson to win the ACC again. So my ACC championship game prediction is the Clemson Tigers knocking off the Virginia Cavaliers to win the ACC yet again, yo. But with that being said, man, that's all I got for y'all today. Appreciate y'all checking out the video. Go on, hit the like button and give your boy a subscribe. I will have NCAA content throughout the year. Also on Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Central, I will do a live Q&A where you could come on there, ask me anything. I'll answer your questions and also give you a shout out, yo. Y'all have a blessed one. Go Tigers. Good luck, everybody in the ACC.